Hello everyone, my name is Abhijit Sarkar. I'm co-founder of Solutions for Nonprofit. I hope that all of you are doing well and taking care of your health as well as health of your loved ones. In the first video, I spoke about volunteering and the kind of impact that volunteering can create. And just taking a step further on how volunteers can do such amazing work for your organization, can help spread awareness about your organization, can learn so much and also raise funds for your organization. Just to cover all these points, I would like to talk about how marathon is an amazing fundraising opportunity and how different nonprofits across India are using this platform to create impact as well as raise funds for their causes. And when we think about marathon, the first thing which comes to our mind is Airtel Delhi Half Marathon, which has been going for years. The numbers in terms of the amount of funds that has been raised through Airtel Delhi Half Marathon is amazing. At times, it is mind-boggling. I was just having a few look at the numbers, and I found it amazing. So if we look at the numbers of 2019, so now this is before the pandemic, 2019, the amount of funds generated through Airtel Delhi Half Marathon fundraisers by different civil society organizations is at approximately rupees 13 crores. And all this funds has been raised through the efforts of individual donors. One thing it's very important to understand is that Airtel Delhi Half Marathon doesn't create a magic wand. It doesn't create a magic in the air. What it does is that it harnesses the power of individual donors. In India, people have an inclination towards donating. And this fact is not something which I'm putting out vaguely. If you look at some of the numbers in India, like the World Giving Index, so India ranks 14 at World Giving Index, and this is for the first time. So there is a culture of raising funds, there is a culture of giving, and Airtel Delhi Half Marathon gives you the platform to raise funds amazingly well. Now, I'm just mentioning Airtel Delhi Half Marathon because of all the marathons. A lot of information is available related to fundraising activities, which is done at Airtel Delhi Half Marathon. So even if you go through their website, if you go through the website of the philanthropic partner, which is India Cares Foundation, you will find a lot of information. But what is more important to understand is the models, the kind of model that they have put forward, the kind of options is available to raise funds for your NGO. Firstly, every NGO which gets enrolled or which gets signed up for fundraising at Airtel Delhi Half Marathon by India Cares Foundation have to go through a rigorous screening process. Now that lends credibility to the entire process, that lends credibility to the donors, and it creates a very strong system. So we definitely know that there are credible names who have come forward and raising funds. Secondly, there is an activity involved with the philanthropy. So there is passion as well as there is a cause. So people are passionate about running. People are passionate about making a difference. They come together and raise funds. And the categories of races and the categories of fundraising are different, diverse, and it keeps the audience always engaged. So there is an option for the corporate to come forward and even if whether it's the CSR or whether it's the human resources, they can get involved and raise funds uh, for an NGO, for their own foundation, or for generally for any specific cause. The NGO can approach a lot of people who are passionate about running. The idea is for them to not win the competition. Obviously, there will be winners, but everyone who participates is not there just to win the race, but people are there to talk about the cause. It is a platform. It has media coverage. And it doesn't discriminate in terms of age as well. So there are school students who can raise funds. There are youth from the college and the youth care team, they can raise funds. And what it is doing is it is harnessing the power of individual donors. Individual donors are genuinely interested to donate for causes, but they definitely don't get to know about all the causes that are there. And what Airtel Delhi Half Marathon does is it creates a wonderful platform to raise funds. Now, if we look at the last year's figure, Airtel Delhi Half Marathon was affected in terms of the pandemic and the entire situation, but they still went ahead and they did the fundraising. They did open the fundraising option, and within a month, around 31 lakhs was raised. Now you will say it's a whopping drop from 12 crore to 31 lakh. Yes, it is a drop. But last year, everyone was going through so much. There was a lot of confusion. This year, it's an opportunity. Concept like India Generosity Run, where you can run, you can record the kilometers you have run, what is the average speed of your run, and at the same point of time also take a pledge to raise funds for different non-profits or for different causes will be there. And that's why I think it is a very hopeful scenario. And it is a wonderful activity to talk about your organization, to talk about the cause. During Airtel Delhi Half Marathon, we have seen people, we have seen organization communicating about their organization through a fancy dress competition, through slogans, through wearing t-shirts. You get amazing branding, whether you are a corporate or you are an NGO, and you get amazing visibility, and it brings people together. Yes, we all are facing the challenges of a pandemic, and probably the new normal is to wear a mask, to keep social distancing and all those things. But we should not count off the option of a virtual run. And Airtel Tele Half Marathon does give you an option. Similarly, there are other options which you can always create. There are different colleges which have been using this concept. Yes, it is at a very evolving stage, but what it does is it creates a platform. And I think that is what is important. I think it is important that a set of NGOs with a similar vision can come together and develop these platforms where people can probably run for a particular cause, whether it's cancer or whether it's children with critical illness. We can pick up just one cause and focus on that. And no one is stopping us, right? And we can also take support from options and opportunities like Airtel Delhi Half Marathon. So think about it. Jot down all the points. If you've participated in Airtel Delhi Half Marathon or any marathon, what was it that worked? What were the kind of people who came forward? What were the kind of documents that you initially shared with people who ran for you and that helped you in building trust? And what was the overall impact? A very important question is, when I talk about 12.82 crores in 2019, it is all the donations at the first instance. But what it doesn't talk about is donor retention, that you can actually retain these donors because you get all the information, you get the access to these donors who come forward, run for you and donate for you, run for you or either donate for you. But you have that data. You can approach them. They can become recurring donors. They can donate every month to your organization. But the onus is on you, how you can engage them, how you can share monthly updates, newsletters, emailers to them, and keep them engaged and keep them informed on how their funds are utilized. I think raising funds is a part of it, but the donor engagement is another important thing which you need to focus on. It is far more important than raising funds, right? So give this thing a thought on how you would like to use marathons to raise funds for your organization and Also write to us at info@solutionsfornonprofit.com on your story, on your ways of raising funds. It could be a marathon, it could be a cyclotron, on how do you engage your donors. And we'll be happy to share this wealth of knowledge with everyone in our next video. So thank you, everyone, and happy giving. And don't forget, Giving Tuesday is one of the most impactful campaigns at a global level.